This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Ken Duke is joining us here on Halftime. Hi, Ken. How are you today?
I'm great, guys. You guys good?
Oh, outstanding. Outstanding. Did not know that we would be having you on with us, so that definitely has brightened my day, and it's already a bright day.
That's good.
So what brought you out here? I mean, obviously you're here to try to help rebuild things after the tornado. Special area here too?
Well, yeah, I mean, I grew up in Arkansas,
Yep.
and a friend of mine, Glenn Day, and I kind of got together, and with all the storm that came through here recently, we kind of put this little golf tournament together and just see if we can help out the communities that really got hurt. And that's what we're all about, playing the PGA Tour and the PGA Tour Champions. It's just all about giving back to the community, and that's a good thing.
How is your schedule right now? How is the season going for you and everything?
It's been going pretty good. We just got off a 4-week-in-a-row stretch, so Glenn and I both are pretty beat up, really. We have this week off, then we go back into Frisco, our PGA Championship down in Texas next week. So back at it, but everything's been going pretty good.
It's got to be cool because in my profession, you know, coaches, and they tell you then you can't compete, you can't play anymore, and you're able to live the dream. That,
Yeah.
You know, it's a game still, but it is a profession, it is work, but it has to be able to have this longevity and be able to play.
And that's the thing about golf, you know. And I started this back in high school, and I didn't know if I'd make it to the next level, but obviously I did. But you can have golf forever. Obviously, in another sport, you know, when's the air going to come out of the ball, and that's what happens to some of these other sports. But for golf, you can go out with your friends and play, and obviously make it as a profession, and luckily we're still doing that as now.
Man, you've got it made. I mean, I can't think of another sport where you can still be a true professional, a traveling professional, and playing on a real tour at an incredibly high level. You know, when you're at that age, you know, I think of baseball, guys become coaches. Football, It's like good luck staying around for a long time. Boxing, yeah, right. I mean,
sure.
You picked the perfect sport. But I mean, dude, coaching would have been like the thing that once you're done playing, then you get into coaching. Was that ever something you thought about?
Never, because you got to have some patience, and I do have that. But I mean, it's hard to teach Mr. and Mrs. Smith to do this and do that. I mean, they got to have some kind of ability, and it's a tough grind. I mean, some people have an art to explain to get it to this and get it to that, but golf that's the thing about golf. I mean, everyone plays different, and everyone has a different swing, so it's whatever works for you the best.
I could add, so there is a correlation between golf and baseball that they are, and I think most professional sports, it's just frustrating sometimes because, you know, and you're going up against other professionals. You know, you're going up against nature and the ball and the conditions and all of that.
Right.
And I talked with Bubba Carpenter, my baseball partner, about the mental side of trying to get yourself out of a slump when you've had a bad at-bat, not taking you into the next one. And we saw a series this last weekend where a lot of the South Carolina hitters, you could see the frustration building upon them.
Sure.
But for golf, like, that's just got to be one of the tricks, you know, that I wouldn't know how to even describe how you do that.
Yeah, I mean, for us, we've done this so much, it's just repetition, obviously. For me, and I don't know about other people, but I get away from it. I'll take a week off and not touch a club, and it just comes back naturally to me. I mean, you're not over-swinging, you're not, being quick on everything, you're not looking up, or, it just comes back, and more than any, we hit a bunch of pitching wedges just to get our rhythm. It's all about rhythm and timing in the game of golf. You're still going to hit it far. You know, how big you are, how little you are, whatever it is, you're going to hit it that distance. That's it. But for me, I just get away from the game. I'm like this whole week, I'm not going to touch a club because I just played 4 in a row.
Difficult for you.
It's not. It's not.
I would think for some people it'd be like, you know, you're used to having a golf club in your hand every single day.
Yeah.
Then a day that you don't, like a day that I don't have a microphone in front of my mouth, I feel really weird.
I bet. I mean, for us though, it's a discipline thing. You know, it's like going and working out. You know, if you work out every single day, it's going to be difficult for you to not work out. But I do this 30 years. I've done it for 30 years, and for me, I know what works for me. Like a Vijay Singh, he will hit balls every single day all this week. That's him. He works hard at his game, which is nothing wrong with that. That's who he is. But for me, that's not it.
Well, you got to kind of listen to your body too,
exactly.
and everybody's a little bit different. How do you think, Ken? How do you think the state of golf game is right now, as far as the state of golf with the Live Golf Tour? You got the Champions Tour. You got all sorts of tours going on. How do you see it? Do you think that's a good thing for sport?
I think it's great. I mean, obviously, you know, the Live and the PGA Tour are kind of splitting up some guys, but you know, it's a Greg Norman thing against the PGA Tour. A lot of people know that, and a lot of people don't. But Greg's always had it in it for the tour, and obviously the tour has done amazing, right? All these guys would live. Why would you not take the money and run?
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I know it's tough for us to try to put ourselves in that
it's a no-brainer.
situation.
And we have to make cuts every week to make money. Out there, it's a signed contract like a football, or baseball, or basketball contract. Why would you not?
It's like the Harlem Globetrotters, you know, this traveling around, and they team it up. But I was surprised that they're going to get to play in the majors, and I guess when one of them go, then they're all going to go, and so now they're kind of getting the best of both worlds.
Yeah, it is, and I think more than any, they would have had a really big issue if they didn't let those guys that are qualified. Once you're not qualified anymore, I don't think you're done.
Yeah.
But the guys that's won the Masters, U.S. Open, PGA, whatever, it's only a handful. Mm-hmm. So I think it's great for those guys to play in the majors. And, I mean, obviously the tour's come up with a lot of money and to help out some major guys now on the big tour, and it's good.
Well, you said Frisco's your next stop?
We're playing our senior PGA championship down there in Frisco. It's a new course
cool.
at the Omni. None of us has played it. So that's where the PGA of America has moved down there now. That's their headquarters.
So many have moved to Frisco, Texas.
I heard it's booming.
I mean, that's where the Cowboys moved their headquarters and everything.
Yeah, so it'd be a happening spot for us for sure. Sure, I mean, who's going to come out and watch a bunch of 50-year-olds out there playing in 90-degree heat? But it's going to be a good time for us.
I don't know. They do seem to draw some crowds, though. It's a sport that's got nostalgia. I mean, that's partially what the Champions Tour's got to be built on. But you got to appreciate that too, because you guys get crowds.
Yeah, we do, and we have a lot of major champions and the older guys that name people. You know, the Strickers, the Padraig Harringtons, the VJs. I mean, it's pretty nice. I mean, they've watched those guys grow up on the PGA Tour for years, and they're out on our tour, and it's great to rub elbows with them a little bit. It's fun.
I'm having so much fun with Matt here, just telling him that he'll be feeling the pressure during the tournament today and everything, even though it's a scramble. Are you playing?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, because this was the week that you're taking off, right?
I'm taking off. I mean, that's what Glenn said when I got here. He said, man, you're welcome to play if you want. I said, I'm not playing, Glenn. I'm sorry, but I'm not playing. 4 in a row for me. I mean, I've played probably 6 days a week, the last 4 weeks. So
preparation, I do want to ask you that. What has changed, you think, in your 40-year career, like how you're going to prepare for this tournament? How long did it take you? Because we're looking at some other players like John Morant holding up a gun and live streaming. You're just thinking, man, when you're young, you kind of make errors and stuff. But as you're getting older, how will you prepare this week for your tournament?
Like you said earlier, it's about your body. You got to know what works for you. More than any for us, we play different conditions and different greens, different grasses every week. So my caddy and I will get out the first, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and just play probably one and a half round, like 27 holes maybe, just to see how the course conditions holding up. If there's balls running, balls biting on the greens, or just where to hit it, where not to hit it, and just kind of plot the whole thing out. Then it's just repetition, going to playing the next day, and that's the toughest part. When we've all met people, to go to the next level, and once they think that they're at the next level, sometimes they don't make it. They start thinking about it instead of just saying, "Hey, I'm just out here with my boys at Burns Park playing and just having fun," and that's kind of what we try to do.
Yeah.
Ken Duke with us here in halftime just for another couple of moments. Ken and I share Henderson State together. He was a graduate and played golf there, and I did Henderson football games for 7 years. Are you able to keep up with what's happening in Arkansas sports very much? I have trouble during the baseball season keeping up with everything else that's happening. You're a professional golfer. I mean, are you able to keep up with everything going on in the state?
I don't keep up with all of it, but I do keep up with Henderson, obviously.
Sure.
Our girls team just won regionals, and our boys just barely got out of regionals. But I keep up with Henderson. I mean, sure, Razorbacks, I follow the football and basketball and everything. The baseball, obviously, they're great, but I don't get a chance. I'm down in South Florida now, so I don't get a chance to see a lot of it. But I do hang out with John Daly a lot on the tour, and he's the world's best of Razorback fans. So he keeps
you updated.
He keeps me updated on
he knows what's happening
on.
in like all of them.
Yeah, he's the best, and we got to win this game tonight. I said, who are we playing? I don't even know. So but JD's the best, and he keeps me posted quite a bit.
Is his boy on the golf team up there at the university?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He is. He redshirted this year.
Okay.
You know, the COVID year, a lot of guys,
Yeah.
came back, and they had a stacked team before he got there. So it's good for him to come back. And
They had the kid that was at the Masters that made the cut. Yeah, there was the amateur there.
Yeah,
They
they got
had
a lot
some
of good
talent,
players.
Yeah.
But Lil John's he's a great player, and he plays just as good as his dad. And
That's cool.
But be looking forward to see him. John and I were talking last week. Hopefully he gets a chance to play on the big tour. It's hard to get out there now, but I think he'll get some starts for sure.
BetOnline.ag is your number one source for all your basketball info, stats, news, and scores. Get the latest odds and lines, including the latest player reports for this year's pro basketball playoffs. BetOnline is always your sports information headquarters this season, as we have you covered for all your sports wagering needs. Basketball, MLB, NHL hockey, right down to UFC and boxing. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way for you to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games you can play right from your home. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Be sure to use our promo code BELIEVE to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. That's BLEAV. BLEAV. Bet online, where the game starts.